Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. In this video, I want us to have a look at some remarks made by Sonko today. For the remarks are going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. Mike Sonko threatens to ditch Azimio and support Uda's Hassan Omar. It's not about Sonko. Clear Ali Mbogo and let him be on the ballot. Failure to which we shall support Hassan Omar. Take this to the bank, said Sonko. I am not in order, but maybe they will force us to that decision. Don't punish everybody because of my mistakes. Those are Sonko's remarks today. Sonko is just threatening to ditch Azimio for Uda. So the question begs, is it Azimio clearing contesting candidates or is it IEBC? That's the question Sonko should be asked. And then from the interview, as he was talking to the KTN News, Sonko also alleged that Martha Karua conspired with Martha Koome, Chief Justice, to block him from this year's elections. So Sonko is implicating Martha Koome, Martha Karua, and also blackmailing Azimio. In this video, I want us to dig deep to see what this means politically. Before we do that, in case you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. Sonko is looking for an excuse to join Uda and is clearly blackmailing Azimio. Why is Sonko doing this, and what does that mean and portend? Now that he's also even threatening to support Uda's candidate, Hassan Omar. Sonko in the first place was not in Azimio. Sonko has all along been in Uda. He has been a William Ruto sympathizer. He only joined Azimio recently to try his luck if he could be allowed to contest. That's why most likely he crossed over to Azimio. But his heart, even when he has been in Azimio, he has been a William Ruto sympathizer. Now that the Supreme Court actually blocked him from contesting, Sonko sees no need of still being in Azimio. He just wants to go back where his heart belongs. That's Uda. That's what I'm seeing here. And then secondly, if you look at Mike movie Sonko, Mike Sonko is coming out clearly as a person or a politician with a tainted reputation. And he has looked at Azimio, the structure of Azimio, and is finding it very hard to actually fit in Azimio. He finds it very easy fitting in William Ruto's camp because of his own integrity. Look at William Ruto, look at Rigathi Gachagua, look at Mike movie Sonko. Birds of the same feathers always flocks together. That's why Sonko finds it very easy fitting in Uda than actually fitting in Azimio. What can Mike movie Sonko discuss with Martha Karua or even Raila Odinga? Sonko comes out to me as a man of deals, a person who is just used to cutting deals. Such kind of deals, he can only successfully cut those deals with Rigathi Gachagua or with William Ruto. So Sonko has actually tried to fit. Maybe in Azimio, he's not just fitting there. That's why is most likely trying to go where he can actually fit, which is Uda. And is also threatening to support Hassan Omar, Uda's candidate in Mombasa. What's the political implication, assuming he throws his weight behind Hassan Omar? If you look at politics, especially this local politics, be it gubernatorial, be it MP, be it MCA, I honestly believe that those seats, the masses might be loving you, but it does not mean they can transfer the love they have for you for another candidate if you direct them. I only believe that leaders who can be able to transfer their support to others are national leaders. People like Raila Odinga, people like William Ruto, people like Uhuru Kenyatta Kalonzo, such kind of national leaders. I don't believe Sonko has reached that state where he can actually direct his supporters that if I'm not on the ballot, vote for this. I don't think, as much as he can influence some, a good majority won't be convinced, because maybe they were supporting Mike Mbuvi Sonko because of him as a person. They believe in him, but not that candidate he is trying to tell them. And that is so because if you look at Hassan Omar, all along he declared his candidature long time ago. But he has not been able to, or rather his candidature has not been resonating very well with the residents of Mombasa County. And now that again Mombasa is predominantly ODM, predominantly Raila and Azimio, I don't think Sonko can successfully manage to convince his supporters per se to support Hassan Omar. First of all, they don't believe in Hassan Omar. Secondly, they were supporting Sonko because they believed in Mike Sonko and not in Hassan Omar. So even if he supports Hassan Omar, as much as he might convince a few of his supporters, a good majority, in my honest opinion, will not be convinced. They will just vote for their preferred candidate, not the one Mike Sonko is actually telling them. And I'm saying that based on some other things we have seen before. We have seen even other candidates, be it a governor, throwing their weight behind candidates who just ends up losing. And from that incident again, rather from those sentiments by Mike Mbuvi Sonko, I'm seeing a Mike Sonko who is most likely, he was sent by somebody in Azimio. And in my earlier video, immediately Sonko joined Azimio, I did state, for those who can remember, that Sonko was a William Ruto small in Azimio. And even if Mike Mbuvi Sonko could have been elected Mombasa governor, chances are very high he could have just switched his allegiance to William Samoei Ruto. And I also believe, because of these remarks of today, that Sonko was a William Ruto mole in Azimio. So now that the mission in Azimio is not successful, Sonko is just trying to recall, or rather to go back to actually his ethnic, or rather to his political cocoon, which is William Ruto and Oda. He has never been in Azimio wholeheartedly. And that's why it's very hard to see Sonko actually accompanying Raila Odinga or other Azimio leaders in campaigns. He has largely been avoiding that. He was only interested in being elected Mombasa governor. After which, even if he could have been elected, most likely could have just switched his allegiance to William Ruto. And then another thing I'm seeing here, I'm seeing a Kalonzo Musyoka who is also not very smart and very strategic on how he plays his politics. I just don't know how Kalonzo Musyoka could not actually see Sonko being used by William Ruto to sabotage the Azimio board from within. Kalonzo was just blindly supporting a Mike movie Sonko. And I'm blaming Kalonzo Musyoka for not being also strategic, because again, I believe that if Sonko could have won that seat of Mombasa governor, Kalonzo Musyoka could have been almost in danger. Kalonzo was most definitely going to be in a political danger, in that Sonko could have maneuvered to outdo Kalonzo Musyoka politically. And from where I sit, Sonko could have successfully succeeded in outstaging Kalonzo Musyoka. Sonko could have actually taken the Kamba vote away from Kalonzo Musyoka, assuming he could have won Mombasa gubernatorial seat. So Kalonzo Musyoka was supporting Mike Movie Sonko without looking at the bigger picture. Sonko's main mission, and this is largely the mission of politicians, is to gain political capital, is to aim higher. Sonko could have actually even aimed at ousting Kalonzo Musyoka as the Kamba kingpin. And from where I see it, maybe he could have succeeded. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, those remarks by Mike Movie Sonko, from where I sit, those were remarks, or rather those were moves that were actually expected. Even though it's threatening, I'm seeing a high possibility of Mike Movie Sonko actually just going the William Ruto way. But because of the cases he might be having, and because of fear that maybe if he joins William Ruto, the government might be hard on him, I'm seeing Sonko making the move, but with some guided kind of caution. That's what I'm seeing here. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, let me stop there. In case so far you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. To our fans and subscribers here, God bless you, God bless Kenya.